Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Julian with me. We've just beat Wolves 2-0 here at Molineux. Did you go to Les Miserables the other night? And this is probably a better performance than what you saw in the theatre, surely?
It was a much better performance. The difference was, Les Miserables, I was relieved when it was finished. This, we could have played all night and I could have watched it all night. It was a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing.
Julian, I know you're very optimistic a lot of times. Do you believe Arsenal can go all the way? That is what we're top of the league now going into Christmas. Man City dropped points today. Every challenge that Arsenal face, we seem to be overcoming. Do you believe we can win the Premier League?
I've always believed. I believed back in the darkest days that we could win the league. I've always believed we can win the league because any fan that goes to football must have belief. What is the point of going to a game of football and believing you're going to lose? We go there with belief. So now maybe that belief has got a little bit more substance to it. That's the difference. I'll believe, but now other people believe. Because I have to say, the last few seasons I felt slightly isolated in some of my views.
But is that delusion or is that just you sticking to belief? Because if you're the only one believing in the dark times, is that push onto the side of delusion?
Just because everyone thinks one thing and I think the other normally means everyone else is wrong.
Listen, there's a lot of people around here. Yeah, we're going to leave here nice and safe, hopefully.
Yeah, look, my belief with Arteta, for me, was based on rational thinking and seeing what he was trying to achieve. Now, do you remember the Watford game?
Yeah.
And we came out with that the Spider-Man saying.
Yes.
What was it?
Great responsibility.
With great power
comes great responsibility.
And some of his critics could have argued and have argued that he was too young and too inexperienced to have that responsibility. But when you look at it, okay, he was thrust into being Arsenal manager from not being a manager, and the critics were saying, yeah, it was just a cone man for Pep. But you actually look at the guy's career. He played under some of the great managers, Arsene Wenger. He was Pep's number two, but he worked with Pep. And also, when you actually heard him talk, and the moment he came to Arsenal, you had belief in what he was saying. He was very eloquent, he was very determined, and he came across with confidence, and he gave me that confidence. So I'm not actually that surprised.
But it did come with 2 8th place finishes and a 5th missing out last season to Tottenham.
Okay, first 8th place finish, he only came midway through the season. Second 8th place finished, it was during COVID, and I'll give it.
That's not an excuse, though, Julian.
It was a reason, not an excuse. But what he was doing, he wasn't building something short term. And we've discussed this before. He wasn't a Conte. He wasn't a Mourinho that's coming in and getting that short term kick.
Is he better than those managers?
Absolutely, in the long term. And that's what we are. As fans, we are here for the long haul. We're not interested in one season. I can look back at 20 years ago, Arsenal won the league. That's great, but I'm interested in a dynasty. The fact that Arsenal can go on and build and have the substance and have the backbone and have the framework. And what this guy has done, he's put that framework in place. He's looked at it with a long-term perspective, which shows real fan. There's something else that I find slightly concerning in one way, that no one seems to be mentioning the Kroenkes at this point. Everyone was very, very quick to criticise them when things were going badly. But one thing they've done, they stuck by their man, which is Arteta, when a lot of people, not myself, were calling for his head. They stuck with him. They showed some loyalty. What they also did was they backed him in the transfer market. People say, they're not spending. Well, from what I've seen in the last couple of seasons, they've spent big money. So they've backed him with loyalty and they've backed him with money. So
but nothing's been won yet.
They won the FA Cup.
Yeah, that was right at the beginning. That's not the loyalty being shown there. It was right at the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah, but this season, it's looking pretty, I wouldn't say nailed on that we'll win something.
Yeah.
But look, one thing's for sure, the quadruple's over after last Wednesday, but the treble's still on.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.